Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to Goonies World. I am Meanie, also known as Ryan, and joining me is a Goonie, also known as Colin.
Hello.
And Johnny Favre, also known as Sean.
I am also known as Sean. Hello.
And tonight we are once again diving into the post-apocalyptic wasteland of NUKED.
Nuked.
And I believe when we had left off, you were approaching, or heading towards, anyway, Maggie's. Now, apparently there's a car chase near my house right now.
That's okay. Our listeners can hear a little bit of Kansas City crime in the distance.
Yeah.
It's always good atmosphere.
I'm wondering,
Yeah.
because just before I got on here to start this session, there was like some idiot with a crotch rocket just like revving and like riding super fast, and I'm wondering, that stopped and now there's sirens, so I'm wondering if he splatted himself somewhere.
Could be.
That is always a possibility, I suppose. But you, Mr. Dennis Pickle, and Honcho, who is in the process of getting a last name bequeathed to him by Mr. Pickle. Honcho has so far got a P and an I, he is Honcho Pi.
Now I am Honcho Pi, and tonight I hope to become Honcho Pick.
Well, with luck, you certainly could do that. Now, I believe. Now, of course, first of all, it's kind of starting to get, late in the day. Sun's kind of going down, but you were heading to Maggie's, I believe. You had stopped at the police station and had a little encountery thing with a robot, but that seemed to go well.
Yeah,
and
we
you
got
can
lucky.
see. Behind of course, the police station's only a couple floors, and you can see what appears to be behind it a 12 or 13 story brick building that looks like it's probably from way before the blast. And as you walk down the street and sort of approach the front, there's kind of an awning, and you can see there's an M and an A that remain sort of from the original sign, but then where you can see like faded an RRIOT has been replaced by apparently like some kind of Sharpie or permanent marker with GGIES. And so this is apparently once a Marriott and is now known as Maggie's.
Nice.
Wow, that's high-class stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel a little out of place in here with my patchy old clothes. But it's a good thing I'm here with a classy fellow like you, Mr. Pickle.
Oh, yeah, don't you worry. We're going to have a good night of luxury, and we deserve it.
Yeah, and if you guys want to see just how classy Mr. Pickle is, follow us on Twitter, and you can see our character portraits.
Indeed. So, I assume, pull the door open and step into the lobby, which is a pretty good-sized lobby for a hotel this old. And you can see, off to your left is kind of like a front desk area. You're kind of in like a little foyer sort of area. And then next to the like front desk is sort of a lobby. And you can actually, or not lobby, I'm sorry, a lounge. And you can see there's a guy sitting there smoking a cigar.
There's some nicotine, Mr. Pickle.
Oh, yeah.
But also, right here in this little entry foyer area, there is an actual cigarette machine from before the blast.
Oh, we heard this might be here. It looks like the real deal. Jackpot. So that's where he's going. You know,
maybe I'll start smoking too, since there's so many cigarettes.
Well, I don't know if there's enough for you. I'm gonna empty this thing out. I have a lifetime supply. Probably, maybe last me 3 days though.
So of course now this machine is designed to take pre-war money, which you do not have any. So I'm kind of curious what your plan is.
Well,
to make it dispense the precious nectar that is these cigarettes, which you would assume are in there. They could be empty for all you know.
I've got a crowbar, but might have to do that under the cover of night, and whenever if this place ever empties out, if there's nobody standing guard, I might have to come down here and pry this thing open and clean it out.
Well, maybe Maggie, work something out with us. I got this metal briefcase full of poker chips, and
oh, hey,
these poker chips got us a few drinks, if you recall. And I still got 2 of these copies of this LP, Deep Purple's
maybe
Machine Head by Deep Purple. Maybe you should trade me one.
Well, maybe those chips will fit in the coin slot. Maybe it'll fool it.
Yeah.
Think it's quarters or something.
I think I got enough brains to know that ain't gonna work. I got 11 brain, and I think this poker chip's obviously too big to fit in that little hole.
Well, it might be possible to whittle them or something. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe Maggie will have something she can say to us. Let's go see what we can do to find some accommodation, because I don't know if we need to be gallivanting around this here ruined city in the darkness of the night. It's probably not safe.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Too many glowies and ghoulies out there.
And there is a fairly young-looking woman, much shorter than, much shorter than Red, standing behind the desk and kind of looking over at you, waiting to see like what you're gonna do. And it sounds like you're gonna head over to her.
Yeah.
She's kind of sizing you up a little bit, and she says, well, welcome to Maggie's. This is Maggie here. You look like you're new in town.
Oh, yes, we are, and I've heard so much about you, Maggie. It's so pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm going to take her hand, if she'll let me, like a gentleman.
And she'll let you, but she's making a face.
Yeah. Once again, I refer our listeners to the character portrait of Dennis Pickle on our Twitter.
He's going to try to just give it a little, give it a little peck.
Well, she will let you do that, and then she will very quickly pull it back and wipe it off on her dirty shirt. Now, I should mention this, as compared to, Reds or, the police station or anywhere else, this place seems like it's been sort of at least a little bit kind of cleaned, and, it's still, obviously old and kind of dusty and stuff, but it looks like Maggie at least, and or her staff make some kind of attempt at, keeping this place in better shape than anywhere else, at a minimum. And she says, well, are you looking for a place to stay tonight then?
That's true, ma'am.
Yes. We just came in here from a little, it's not even a town, but a little encampment called Boomtown. And we'd like to, find some place to rest our feet for the night.
Well, have you got any scrap or anything to trade?
Well, I suppose we do.
Yeah, I got this. Now check out what I got here, and I'll put the metal briefcase full of poker chips up on the counter and open it up. Can I interest you in some fine poker chips?
Well, that's definitely a thing you got.
It is. And it may be foolish to inquire as to whether you have a working phonograph player, ma'am.
I do not have a working phonograph player. I apologize.
That's all right. I'll find one eventually. See, I got this here deep purple record called Machine Head. In fact, I got 2 of them. I had 3 of them, but I traded one for some cigarettes. And speaking of which, I'm trying to earn a C. That's a long story, but I think it'd go a long way towards earning me a C if I would inquire as to how one might procure some cigarettes out of your cigarette machine.
Well, I don't reckon you got any pre-war money.
No, but I'd be happy to earn some.
Well, I'm not sure where there might be some, but well, I assume there's got to be lying about somewhere. But now somehow she's becoming very southern, which I did not intend. But now have you got any interesting relics, perhaps?
Well, I got this here shotgun. I was planning on using it for fun, but I don't know that it's too much better than this here handy dandy rifle I got.
Now, madam, so this, as we were coming in, we couldn't help but see that this building was not always Maggie's. It was there was a previous owner, and I'm assuming that you sort of inherited this cigarette machine.
That's correct. Yes.
So you're claiming ownership of that machine then?
Well, I suppose so, since this is my place and it's in it.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, I'll tell you what, I also found this lovely handgun, and I'll pull it out irresponsibly and wave it around the way you're not supposed to do, And I'd be happy to trade this here handgun for 3 or 4 packs of cigarettes for Mr. Pickle.
Well, if you take it out and wave it around irresponsibly without even checking it, she's gonna grab it from you.
Okay.
And check it. Pull the slide open and, check it.
Oh, that's how that works. Okay, all right.
And assuming it is not, in fact, clear, she's going to drop the magazine and hand it back to you with the slide open and say, "You really should be more careful, Mr. Pi."
Honcho Pi. Yeah, well, it's not my fault. I was an orphan, and I didn't have good training until Mr. Pickle adopted me, sort of. So,
Hey.
my apologies.
Right now, you're Honcho Pi, private investigator.
I guess you'd call me that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Pi. For that handgun right there, you can have a room for the night, and I'll even throw in that cigarette machine for you, Mr. Pickle.
Oh,
Because I got no use for it.
oh boy, you are just an angel, Maggie.
Yeah, that's very generous. We had to work real hard during this here handgun, though. We done fought us a robot in the old police station nearby.
Oh, you cleared out the old police station there right next door.
Yeah, we did. In fact, and I was thinking about pre-war money. Didn't we see a bank on the way in here, Mr. Pickle? I mean, I reckon it's all been cleared out, but maybe there's some loose change. Not that we need it now for the cigarette machine, but I'm a big gun man. These little guns ain't for me. So yeah, well, that's a very generous offer.
And she opens a drawer and pulls out a key. It's like a little metal door key. This old-fashioned hotel type key, and she says, You're going to be on 7th floor, room 708.
708, got it.
Alrighty. Now, how to get that cigarette machine up to my room?
You're actually going to try to take it upstairs? Okay.
Well, now, if the whole machine is mine now, you wouldn't mind if I just open this sucker up, would you?
Well, I wouldn't want you making a big mess in the lobby.
Well, no, I'll just pry the front of it open, and, it wouldn't be, I'd take all the cigarettes with me, there wouldn't be any lying around. They might even find some change in there, from leftover, and, I just want the cigarettes.
Well, pre-war money doesn't have a whole lot of use or value these days. So I reckon if you did go to the bank, you might just find quite a bit of it laying around. I'm not sure.
Oh, I bet people come by it and don't have any use for it other than maybe wiping themselves with some of the bills and whatnot.
Well, that would be rather handy. But in the silver money, you could use that for slingshots and shrapnel and homemade bombs and whatnot, or cigarette machines, or if you find like an old vending machine, you get some candy out of it maybe. But that's a tomorrow problem. That's a tomorrow problem.
And now, did I overhear right? What was you talking about? And she kind of looks around a little bit. Glowies and ghouls.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, we saw a glowy, but we snuck past him, and he ran into a building. Maybe it's like a clubhouse where all them glowies sharpen their knives. I don't know, but we avoided him. He was rooting around in a dumpster.
Well, now, I think I can assume, based on your attitudes, that you have met Red.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Over at the fighting pit in the Bain Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, now, you see, it's true that Red's had some bad run-ins with the glowies and the ghouls, but I gotta tell you, they're not all that bad.
Well, that surprises me. I was led to believe that you were not a fan of the mutants, so I assumed that included any glowing people or ghoulies.
Well, now, I have been known to humor Red so as not to set her off. She does have a bit of a temper. But mutants are a little bit different because they can be, well, they can go a little crazy.
Well,
from the mutations and such. But the glowies and the ghouls. But now, I understand that up north they have a very nice mutant settlement where they live out in peace.
Was that right?
Now, I haven't been up there. Yeah, that's what I hear.
Well,
good for them. Good for them.
I mean, you ever? We're talking just like little mutations. Are they just full on? Got antennas and beaks and all that kind of mutations?
Well, once you've got tentacles and wings and all this sort of thing, it tends to affect your mind in a certain way.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I heard some stuff, but maybe it just depends on the character.
Yeah. Aficionados of our podcast will note that Mr. Pickle has vestigial wings hidden under his coat.
Yes. And obviously hidden. Nobody knows about them. Well, anyway, Maggie says, I just, where did you see a glowy anyway?
And then,
Right out in the alley.
Yeah.
There's an alley in between where the Bain Center is, and then we cut through the alley to get over to this block where the police station and this Maggie's is, and we saw him in the dumpster, rooting around the dumpster. And I could be mistaken in my memory, because it ain't so good, because I'm very undernourished, you know. But he ran into, well, not anymore, because I done ate a Chubby Chodes dog. But I think he ran into that building, didn't he, Mr. Pickle?
well, I think he was heading that way at least.
Yeah, that's where we saw that glowy. And he didn't look like a bad fellow, because we was warned not to mess with him.
Well, I believe Jerry lives in that building over there. You might have run into Jerry.
Well, so you say they're not all bad. I'm guessing you think this Jerry guy's an okay fella?
Yeah, he's never done me wrong.
Well, we'll sure take that under advisement. If we come across him again, we won't just shoot him on sight, I don't think.
Oh, no, we'll talk to the fella. I give every man a fair break. I give every glowy, every mutant. I'll give them a fair break and a fair shake. And until they do something bad to me. And then I'm going to stick Mr. Pickle on him, because he watches out for me.
Well, I think that sounds like a good plan, she says, and turns around and begins doing various work things behind the desk. I mean, there's not like computers or anything, obviously.
Oh, well, but maybe let's see if we can't get you in that cigarette machine, Mr. Pickle. Maybe they got some more of them kind with the picture of the horse on it with the big bump on his back.
Yeah, no matter what kind, I'll smoke it. But yeah, I won't be able to think of doing anything else until I get me some of that tobacco.
So, all right, well, are you going to try to crowbar it right in the middle of the lobby?
Yeah.
Well, in the foyer, anyway. Okay.
Hey, don't make a big mess now. Gun warned you.
Yeah, I'll make it as clean as possible. And,
I would say first make a brains roll to see if you can kind of figure out the best place to, insert your crowbar.
all right. And I rolled under.
All right. And now make a muscle test to pry the thing apart.
All right, that's good. I increased my muscle after last session. I have a 12 now, and I rolled an 8.
All right. Well, with a sort of screeching of rending metal, you pull the thing apart, and you see that there is indeed a little change receptacle that has quite a number of quarters in it. And in addition, there are 2d6 packs of assorted cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take them shiny coins. Got a picture of the fellow with the funny haircut on him, and that bird on the back. I got a bird on the back too, and it's his name is E Pluribus Unum. That's who this fella is, obviously.
Clearly.
Funny name.
Yeah, I know. They had funny names back before the blast.
Yeah.
I guess this fella must have been like a king or something.
Well, now I'm the king. King of cigarettes.
The filter king.
Yeah, so how many do I get?
2d6 packs of various brands.
I'm going to laugh if you roll 2 ones.
I rolled 2 ones.
Ah,
I swear to God.
No.
you got 2 packs of unlucky strikes.
Yes, clearly.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well,
You jinxed
you know,
me, man.
I think maybe he did, but
Well, that's 40
But-
cigarettes. That ought to last you about 15 or 20 minutes.
Just my luck. I thought I was going to retire and just smoke every day until I die. But it looks like I'm going to have to keep struggling on, you know. But, well, it's better than nothing. I'm just glad to have some kind of tobacco.
yeah, very unlucky roll, unfortunately. So, what would you like to do now that you have procured your tobacco for the time being? Would you like to go up and check out your accommodations?
Yeah, I think we should. Maybe before we do that, we could talk to this old boy who's sitting in the lobby, in the lounge area, and see if he's got any good rumors. 'Cause I like to talk to people and see if they got rumors. That's something I enjoy doing. And then
Well,
we
you
can
certainly
go,
are welcome to do.
Yeah, then we can go get some shut eye. Because we need to find out. We came here. We got some good relics, but I don't think we're done yet. We need some better relics.
Yeah, we can't go back with just what we found, even though it's nice and all, but we came all the way out here and risked our lives, and we gotta bring back a big old haul back before we show our faces.
Let's talk to this old boy and then go get some shut eye.
All right.
So you guys walk over to him, and he's still, kind of chomping on this cigar and puffing it occasionally. And as you approach, he looks up and kind of just grunts. Huh?
Hey, where'd you get that cigar from?
I found it.
Okay. Whereabouts did you find it?
Yeah, we got all sorts of cigars back where I came from.
Well, where do you come from?
He come from a humidor.
A humidor. Yeah, funny. You're a funny guy.
Thanks. Looks ain't everything.
I come from the mountains. I served in the Bastion for quite a number of years before I got out. And when I got out, I grabbed all the cigars I could. They got a ton of them.
Oh, so you was one of them soldiers of the Bastion?
Yeah, doing patrols, checking in on the mutant sanctuary, making sure they're not, getting too feral. Checking in on the lake, making sure Boomtown's not fucking around.
Oh, yeah. So you was watching them at the lake and everything up to code there?
Last I checked, but I haven't been been in for years and years at this point.
Hey, I found this here strip of paper with this blue dot on it. There's some fellows who's they flew off in some kind of vehicle, and I think they left this paper. Does this blue dot on this paper mean anything to you?
It does.
What is that?
They were testing the water.
Oh, I see. So blue is good?
Well, it used to be. I assume it still is.
All right, okay. Well, now that's one mystery solved. I'm going to check that off.
Yeah, I guess the water's not too bad then, if we had to. I guess we've been drinking that water anyways, but good to know.
Well, I always thought that water in that lake was probably a little bit inferior.
I don't know if I don't know how many listeners will get that reference, but I hope there's at least one.
There's at least one. That one, if you got that reference, once you send us an email, boy, and we'll send you something nice.
Anyway, so what brings you guys to good old Lake City?
Well, we fancy ourselves the scrappers, and we already done found some scrap. We're looking for more, maybe some relics.
Yeah. That's some good stuff to find, especially. But I tell you what, though. Oh, man. First of all, don't let the Bastion know that if you got any relics, don't bring them out around the Bastion, guys, because they're very jealous about relics.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, good to know.
Good to know.
Yeah, that's why I had to get out, because instead of using all the pre-blast tech to help people and stuff, they were just hoarding it for themselves. Bastards.
Yeah, they ain't right, bastards.
Yeah, it should be called Soldiers of the Bastards.
Yeah.
So,
Bastion bastards.
you say they got a hoard of that? You know, like, you know where they keep all that stuff at?
At the Bastion, yeah, in the mountains.
Yeah, okay.
Literally, in the mountains.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's likely two of us are gonna go breach that mountain and get off with a load of that stuff, but it's fun to think about.
Yeah, you know, between the 7-foot-tall powered armors and the Gatling lasers and the missile launchers, I don't think that two guys got much of a shot.
No, not even two badass scrappers like us. But you know anything local? Any more like a horde of anything local? You heard any rumors about a place where two enterprise and scrappers might enrich themselves? Here, you know, that ain't such a long walk as the mountains, like maybe here in Lake City.
Well, I've heard that there was some kind of research lab or something that somewhere, but I don't know where exactly.
Research lab.
But that sounded always like a kind of a promising place.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, do you know anyone who might know more about it?
Well, I'm not sure. I think Jerry might know something, but I don't know. I don't really talk to glowies, you know.
Ah, well, we might actually have to go and talk to this Jerry, if he's as friendly as Maggie thinks he is.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for sneaking past him the other day, but, you know, better safe than sorry.
Well, at least we didn't, shoot him.
Yeah, I know.
Because they others, that Red put the fear of glowies into us, and we was thinking about just shooting them, but didn't want to.
No, and us being and us being badass robot fighters, we could have took him probably. Maybe we get some shut eye and we wake up in the morning, and we can go look for Jerry and see if he can help us find this research lab. What do you think, Mr. Pickle?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Right now, what did you say your name was, Mr.
Dean.
Dean?
Dean.
Well,
Yeah, Dean.
you mind if you light me one of my cigarettes with whatever you got that you lit your cigar with?
And he quite generously hands you an entire book of matches.
Oh.
He's a mighty fine fellow. Hey, Mr. Pickle, I was thinking on account of I traded my handgun to get us a room for the night, and it ain't my fault there's only 2 packs of unlucky strikes in there. I was wondering on account of that, you think maybe I could get the C for my last name?
See, I was gonna give you that, but then you had to go ahead and had to ask for it. and that just don't sit right to me. You know,
Oh, well.
too needy.
Well, maybe I'll keep working on it then. Here, let me open the door for you on the way up the stairs.
Yeah, see, I don't like this. I know you're just trying to do this to get you extra letters, and you know, I just assume you just act yourself, and these little gestures and all that. You know, they're just not quite sitting right with me. I think you ought to just leave it to the big heroics, and then maybe.
All right, you got it. In that case, you can open your own goddamn door yourself.
And so, yeah, you, of course, you know, in previous times there would have been an elevator, but there's not enough spare electricity to operate elevators, so you are going to have to take the stairs up 7 flights of stairs, which is kind of a lot. But you're, you know, you're used to walking a lot. You're probably pretty reasonably fit guys, and you make it up to the 7th floor with no problem and locate your room, which is a pretty nice little room. You know, it's got a couple double beds. There's like a little desk area. And of course, a curtained window with like those hotel blackout curtains. A nice bathroom with a toilet and sink and stuff. Whether the water works, you don't know, but it might.
Well, I never thought I'd find myself living in a fancy place like this.
No, they got a drinking bowl in the little room and everything.
Oh, that sure is nice. They got good accommodations in here.
Yes, sir. This is a 2-bedroom. This is a 2-bed situation here, or is me and Mr. Pickle going to have to share?
No, there are 2 double beds.
Oh my! I'm gonna stretch out.
Yeah, I mean, compared to you know, the sort of dirt floors you're used to sleeping on, this is certainly
Lap of luxury.
quite luxurious. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's going to light himself up a cigarette and lay down in the bed and relax. Doesn't know any better.
I hope we got a smoking room, because if it's a no smoking room, you.
I never heard of that. That's funny.
So, you know, you've had a very long walk to the city today. Walked through the city, fought a police robot. What do you think the odds are that Mr. Pickle dozes off with this lit cigarette in the bed?
That's a good chance.
I think he ought to make a brains roll to see if he. Well, maybe. What's their constitution? They ain't really got a constitution analog in this game.
And guts, basically.
Yeah, maybe he's got to see if he's got the guts to stay awake. And if he falls asleep, then we're going to burn the whole place down.
Okay, I'll roll. Got pretty good guts. Let's see. I got an 8 and I needed a 14.
All right. Well, Mr. Pickle does not burn down Maggie's.
Well, I'd never fall asleep and risk losing my enjoyment of a cigarette.
So how many cigarettes is Mr. Pickle going to smoke before going to bed? And in addition, is there anything that either of you would like to do before going to sleep?
Is there
I want to see if the water works. I want to see if the water works.
Yeah.
It does not.
No.
Okay.
Is there a mini fridge?
There is, but it is not powered.
I'm going to eat a Chubby Chodes before I'm going to eat one of. I got 11 left now. I've eaten 2 so far. My second chode.
All right. Make
Uh-oh.
a guts roll.
Uh-oh, here we go. Okay, I have a 14 guts. I need to roll under 14. And I got a 9.
All right. Well, yeah, tastes good.
Well, shit, I'm going to have me another one then. That's so goddamn good. I'm going to eat another
Make
one.
another guts
All
roll.
right. Oh, I just had to fucking push it, didn't I? God damn it. I got a 20. That's the worst.
Oh.
Why did I do that? Curse my bravado.
Damn. All right. Well, in that case.
I'm going to give Vestigial wings.
Or something. You're going to get something. Why don't you roll on the mutations table?
Okay. I'm going to open up my PDF here. Well, you probably got it out already, don't you, Mr. Dungeon Master?
I'm scrolling to it now.
I'm scrolling too. I scrolled too far. There's a map. Here we go. Is it percentile? This percentile. I got an 89.
So it's percentile. Well, technically twice, and then pick one.
Oh yeah. Okay, so 89 is yeomanry when I tackle the bow or crossbow. No, thank you. What's the other one? 28. And so I look at my sheet here, and I see 28 is cunning linguist. I'm a cunning linguist. I got a knack for tongues. So when I try to translate written or spoken words in a language I don't quite get, I'll roll with advantage. All right, I'm now a cunning linguist.
That seems like it could be handy.
Maybe so. Boy, I tell you what. Yeah, I just suddenly had this thought. Veni Sancte Spiritus et me te calitus luces tu iradium veni pater pauperum. What do you think of that, Mr. Pickle?
What?
Mr. Pickle, you still awake?
What in the hell are you talking about? You're possessed.
I know, pop into my head. I'm gonna look see in this little here book. I just found his book in the drawer here, Gideon's Bible. I'm gonna read the in the beginning, and then I'll start reading the Bible since I'm gonna read Mr. Pickle to sleep.
You're such a cunning linguist.
I know there's some naked folks living in Fort, but I'm paraphrasing for you. Some naked folks living in Fort done fucked up. Ate them a pomegranate. It says apple, but something tells me it's pomegranate. And anyway, yeah. Cunning linguist, that's me.
And anything else besides smoking cigarettes that Mr. Pickle would like to do? And how many cigarettes would Mr. Pickle like to smoke before going to bed?
He's going to smoke 2 now, and then he's going to have himself a late night snack with a Chubby Chode before bed.
And this is his second?
Yeah.
Please make a guts roll.
All right. And I didn't make it. I rolled a 16.
Well, guess what? Roll a couple percentile.
Okay.
Maybe we could both become cunning linguists.
First one is 27, which is cunning linguist.
That is cunning linguist. Let's see, look here. You read me the next chapter.
Well, let me roll the second roll and see what I get. 32, which is the
fire breather.
Oh, that's pretty good. That was funny because you smoke too. You could like take a drag off a cigarette and then breathe out smoke. I mean fire.
Yeah.
And smoke.
Yeah. I'll let you be the cunning linguist, and I'll be the fire breather.
Could be the flaming linguist. you got here. Use a flamer now, Mr. Pickle.
Oh, damn, these cigarettes is harsh. And or I don't know if it was the cigarettes or the Chubby Chodes, but it's spicy. Feel like my throat's burning up. I need something to wash it down with now. Ain't got any water, though.
Well, that is one spicy chode. So, yeah, do either of you have water, by the way?
We do. We were given some rations and water.
Yeah.
At the beginning, so we should have UD6. Oh wait, well I don't know, but we have some.
Yeah, I know. I wrote down rations and water,
Mm-hmm.
but let's call it UD6 water. If that sounds
Well, of course, now you also have pockets full of Chubby Chodes.
Yeah, I got 10 left. No, I got 9 left. 9 chodes, and I'm going to have me a nice drink of water.
All right, well, assuming there is nothing further that either of you would like to do, I assume you will go to sleep and wake up the following morning.
I'm going to have one more cigarette after I ate the Chubby Chode.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So he smoked 3 altogether, yeah?
Yeah.
So he's got 37 left, okay. Just got to keep track, that's all. So you guys wake up in the morning nice and refreshed, possibly having slept, the most luxurious night of your lives. So.
That's right. I'll wake. I feel so good. I'm going to get up and open them curtains and bask in the apocalyptic sunlight.
And
you soak up that radiation.
You do, and it's nice and warm, and of course you can see, the kind of crumbling. Some of the buildings are crumbling, some are less crumbling, but they're all in various states of disrepair, splayed out before you in a grid.
Oh, I'm going to have myself a morning cigarette.
I'm going to have myself a morning chode.
Oh.
And then, and after that, maybe we need to go down to that building where we thought we saw Jerry disappear into and see if Jerry can tell us where this research facility is.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay, I'm hungry. I woke up hungry. I'm going to have that chode. I'm going to read me more of this book. In his second chapter of his book, Mr. Pickle, this fella, he don't make a great big old boat, right? He don't put all the animals on it.
Oh, yeah.
And it rained all the time. And they all said, "You crazy boy, don't you build that boat?" And he's like, "Fuck you, give me a couple zebras." And no, it's good. It's real good. It's a good book. I love science fiction.
Oh, yeah. Man, this cigarette's so good. What was you saying?
Oh, nothing. I'm eating my another chode dog now. So here's my 4th chode. Now I'm just tempting fate. So I'm gonna make my guts roll, and I need my guts is 14, so I need 13 or lower, and I got a 2. So this one's tasty. It goes down good.
Yeah, I mean, I figured, it's just ultimately going to be mostly good stuff anyway, so it's like...
Yeah. I'll have one more chode before we head off. So this will be my 3rd chode. And I succeeded as well.
Very good.
All right, now in time for another cigarette.
Well, why don't you smoke that while we was walking down the stairs?
Yeah.
We're burning daylight. We gotta go find Jerry.
All right.
I'd love to touch base with him in the next 12 to 13 minutes.
All right, so you guys head down the stairs and through the lobby. The remains of the cigarette machine have been removed, and Maggie is nowhere to be seen, nor is Dean. They're both somewhere else, apparently. And you head back out into the morning sunlight, and I assume wrap back around the block and head in the direction of the alley.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you do that, and you are unmolested. There is nobody at the dumpster. The dumpster is still obviously sitting there, and the lid is still open. But there's, the building that you saw Jerry, or who you are pretty sure was Jerry, sort of bolt off into. It's kind of got it's not a door or a doorway. It's like kind of a, demolished bit of wall that leads into the building that's where he ran into. You could use that same entrance, or you could come in through the proper door at the street level, or you could just call Jerry's name, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe we just go to the portal here and call out for Jerry and let him know. You do it, Mr. Pickle, because you're more diplomatic, and let him know that we's not glowy haters.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know if I want to shout. Who knows who else is going to hear us. But if I stick my head in this entrance where he went in and just yell, I suppose that'll be okay.
I think that'd be okay.
All right. Hey, Jerry! Jerry!
And you hear some scuffling sounds.
Hey, Jerry, we don't mean you no harm. We come across you the other day as you was dumpster diving, but we didn't hurt you none. But we just have a few questions for you now. We're friends to the Glowies.
Yeah, we's glowy friendly. We brought you some breakfast.
Oh yeah, we got big juicy Chubby Chodes for you. Still good.
Well, a familiar-looking, glowing face pops out from around some rubble and eyes you up and down. And seeing that you aren't, you don't have like guns out and whatever, he steps out from behind this, pile of bricks and wood and whatever. And he's still wearing the same clothes you saw him in, the same sort of tattered jeans and everything. And he cautiously approaches and says, "Hey, you can never be too sure, because there's a lot of people don't like glowies. A lot of people don't like glowies. And I don't know why. We're just people, We're just regular people. We got a little, maybe a bit too much radiation or something, but what can you do? It's not my fault."
Yeah, I agree. I'm a cunning linguist. That ain't my fault. Ain't my fault none. But no, we understand that. And Jared, see, the reason we sought you out is because Maggie, she told us that there's some. Dean, fella Dean, I believe his name was. The fellow had a big cigar. And he told us there's some kind of research facility in this here community, and he thought you might have some ideas about where to find it.
Well, Dean doesn't like glowies. He doesn't like glowies at all. I don't know what his problem is. He's always really rude to me. Maggie, she's all right, but Red, oh my God, she's horrible.
Yeah, we met
horrible.
her.
Always telling people to stay away from glowies and stuff, and it's wrong. Now granted, it's true that some glowies can be a little, feral and violent and everything, but most of us we're just trying to get by, man.
Well, I agree. I met some fairly violent and feral, just normal folks. So, no, in fact, Red did tell us to stay away from you, but that's why we snuck past you first time we saw you rooting around in the dumpster. But we've seen the error of our ways.
Well, I appreciate very much that you didn't just shoot first and ask questions later. I was kind of worried you might be some of those off-duty Bastion assholes, and they don't like glowies at all.
No, we ain't Bastion bastards.
Nope.
We's fearless robot fighters.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yeah, we done took out one of them, one that was guarding the police station.
Well, it just so happens that there's another one guarding that research facility you're looking for.
Okay.
But I don't even know how you're going to get in to exterminate it.
Well, they got some kind of. Is it hard to get in?
I don't think anybody's ever managed to get in since the blast. Whatever security system they got on there, it's so sophisticated. It's just I don't see how you could possibly get in. And I don't know what sort of power source they got in there, but even when the rest of the city was offline, that building still has power. Power in the security system. I don't know if they got like a nuclear reactor in the basement or what.
Huh.
Whoa.
Well,
you know,
we'll have to.
Could you take? Could you take us to it?
Well, it's not really safe to be a glowy out in the streets. It's kind of why I like to make myself scarce. But it's only about let's see, what 6 blocks away.
Okay. 6 blocks away. Over in that direction that you're pointing?
Yeah, if you take this street right here that runs up and down this way, right? This one's called Jefferson, right?
Right, Jefferson.
And then you go past Broadway, you go past Adair, you go past Elm, and you go past Gibson, and then it's right there on Jefferson.
Okay. Jefferson.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I can remember that. 'Cause I'm a good linguist. I could read these signs real good.
Yeah, so, good luck to you, because I'm sure whatever's in there is going to be some primo stuff, I have no doubt, but I just don't see how you could possibly get in. I mean, I've been down there, I've tried to get in, it's just not happening. Not happening for me anyway. Maybe you'll have better luck, but I just don't see how.
Well, what kind of security they got? Is it some kind of like a press in the right button kind of situation, or is it like a do gymnastics through a grid of lasers type of situation, or what exactly should we expect?
Well, I don't. Once you get inside, I know that there's a giant robot, which is probably, I would guess, vastly more sophisticated than whatever was at the police station. But other than that, I don't know what they got inside. I don't know if they got a grid of lasers you got to ballet dance through or what. All I know is that the door is there's some extremely sophisticated technology keeping that thing securely locked and closed.
Nothing my crowbar can't handle.
I don't think a crowbar is going to cut it.
Well,
I don't suppose you know where a couple of Enterprise and robot fighters can find some high explosives.
Well, this thing was designed to withstand a nuke, as far as I can tell. I don't know if you're going to find anything that's going to help you blast through that.
You don't know where I could. There ain't no nukes laying around. No, I think we're going to trust to our ingenuity, though. Step number 1 is find the place, right, Mr. Pickle?
Yeah, I bet you maybe there's another entrance. Well, we might even check up on the roof or something.
Yeah, it could be like a ventilator.
I'm skitty enough I can fit through a vent.
Well, like I said, just head straight down Jefferson here. You can't miss it.
All right, you stand-up glowy there, Jerry. Here, have yourself another chode.
Yeah, you take that chode. You've earned it.
Are you giving a chode to Jerry?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, he happily accepts and devours it instantly.
Good.
Now that I'm a glowy, I don't even need to eat, but it's these things. It's fun. I do it for a hobby.
Yeah, personal pleasure. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Man's got to have his hobbies, or goes slowly insane.
So anyway, like I said, just straight down Jefferson, about 6 blocks. Look for the down in that area, it's the only building that has power that I know of. And you can't miss the sign. It says Bain Labs.
Bain Labs. Okay. Boy, that old boy Bain, he had everything. He had centers and labs. And
he had a lot going on, I suppose.
Yeah, he had a lot going on.
Yeah, Brendan Bain. Oh, yeah, that dude. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, I think he'd been living under a rock or something. we glowies, we go way back, from before the blast and everything. And I tell you, Bane, he bought the naming rights to that arena, and he's got labs, and there's like the richest guy in the fucking world. Now he's dead, of course, but back then.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, you say he's dead, maybe he was turned into a glowy or something as well.
Maybe
I suppose that's possible.
Maybe he done turned himself into a robot.
Or he lives, maybe he turned himself into a robot. Maybe he's he spent all that money on some kind of immortality or some kind of bunker or a cave or whatever, and maybe he's just living it up. Who knows? Maybe
so. All right, Jerry, you done right by us. We stop by and say hi to you on the way back if we live through it.
Yeah, and Jerry, you got a last name, Jerry?
Green. I know, it's ironic.
Well, yeah, green's kind of like pickle. Pickles are green. And I was going to give you a couple of letters if you didn't have a last name, but...
Oh, man, it's Pickle. I don't, but then I ain't going to have enough letters left. You give him the letters.
Well, no, it's all right. He's already got a name. Jerry Green.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Pickle, I will happily take a P and an I and make myself be known as Jerry Green Pie, because before the blast my favorite was key lime pie, and it's a green pie.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sounds good, yeah.
Man, that sounds real good. Key lime pie. I don't know what that is, but I want one.
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck. I think you're gonna need it.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll head down Jefferson Street and keep an eye out for Bane Labs.
And you walk about 6 blocks through mostly, ruins and crumbling buildings and stuff. There are a couple that stand out as being, in better repair. But you are not particularly interested in those at this time. And as you pass Gibson Street, you do indeed see the building in question, and it does, as Jerry suggested, stand out like a sore thumb, because it's completely lit, and you can see security cameras scanning back and forth, it's not super huge, but it looks like it was designed to literally withstand a bomb, and you're not sure how the hell you're going to get inside, but I suppose we will figure that out on the next episode.
That's right.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to eat a bunch of Chubby Chodes until I get the right mutation that's going to help us get in.
All right. Well, we'll find out next time. We're going to 4 episodes this time. We usually do 3, but sometimes we go 4 or 6 or whatever. So, and I'm enjoying this game. And who are the fellows who made this game again, Ryan? Let's shout them out again.
And it's on itch. I should mention it's on itch.io if you're interested. I'm pretty sure you can download it and check it out for free and shoot them some cash if you like. And the guys who made it go by the names of Mac and Non-Dairy Giant. And we're having a hell of a lot of fun with this. Enough that I wanted, I kind of drag it out to 4. And granted, some of that is down to the fact that this is a pretty fun system, and some of it happens to be down to the fact that I really like the characters, and it's fun to play them and just to keep going. So
yeah,
a little bit of credit in both directions, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going for a while. So, all right,
at least one micro dungeon apparently.
Yeah, next week if we can get into the micro dungeon, we're gonna go in and tangle with a robot in a micro dungeon.
Well, Jerry doesn't seem to think that you have much of a chance of getting in, but I suspect you'll figure it out.
I hope so.
Next time on Goonies World.
Goodbye.
Hey everybody, if you like our podcast, don't forget to leave us a good rating and or review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Spotify, or wherever you're able. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter at Goonies_World, and check out our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. Email us at GooniesWorldPodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.